Hey, what's up, guys? This is Robert Kenobi, and this is going to be a follow-up of sorts to the WWE fan question challenge that I recently took. And by recently, I mean I literally just filmed like minutes ago, because I am filming this video literally after just filming my response to the fan question challenge. So this is called Pro Wrestling Fan Tag 1.5. This is a challenge that was created by a fellow YouTube user, Breather35 is a good friend of mine on Twitter. I know he's a big fan of many of us in the YWC. So, unlike the fan question challenge where I wasn't nominated, Bretha tagged us and nominated pretty much everyone that he sent the video out to. So thank you, Bretha, for nominating me and tagging me in this challenge. I gladly accept your challenge. So I have the questions here. I don't know if you can see them, but they're literally under the questions that I answered in the fan question challenge. So this challenge is only 10 questions long, and I'm going to try to keep this under 20 minutes. So question 1, how much pro wrestling do you watch in a week? I watch an hour and a half of Raw every week on Hulu Plus because I don't like to watch the 3-hour shows unless it's like a go-home show, a big important go-home show like the one to Mania or the one that we just had on Monday for Battleground, because I knew there was a chance that Sasha Banks and Charlotte can make their main roster debuts. But I mainly watch an hour and a half of Raw on Hulu Plus, the condensed version. I watch NXT and Lucha Underground on Wednesdays, so that's an hour each, plus an hour of ROH if I'm off and able to catch the show, because I don't get Wednesdays off, and it's hard for me to try to follow ROH. Don't really care about SmackDown. I will watch it every once in a while, but really am all about Raw. And then the content on the WWE Network. And I don't really keep track of how much content I watch, how many hours of content I watch. So I'll say at least 3.5 hours of wrestling I watch every week. Hour and a half of Raw on Hulu Plus, an hour of Lucha, and an hour of NXT with a little asterisk next to ROH and whatever content I watch on the WWE Network. Other than the WWE, what other promotions do you keep up with? Like I just said, Lucha, and I'm trying to stay on top of ROH, but the problem is I usually work around the time that ROH airs on Wednesdays, so I can't catch it, and it's not made available on the Destination American channel on my on-demand subscription, so I can't keep up with it. I know about the Ringside membership, but other than that, I follow Lucha Underground, and that's pretty much it. NXT is a brand of WWE, so what style of pro wrestling do you enjoy watching? I loved the cruiserweights growing up because the moves they would pull off were amazing. They were like superheroes, not just in terms of their look, but because of what they could do in the ring, their agility and whatnot. I do enjoy good technical wrestling. I'll go back and I'll watch classic matches of Bret Hart, and I'll watch. I appreciate the wrestling that like Dolph Ziggler and Daniel Bryan can do. Um, so I enjoy cruiserweight action. I enjoy technical wrestling. Every once in a while, I like submission wrestling too. I don't watch a lot of submission wrestling, but I do like to watch, submission matches every here and there. Um, Preferably Austin and Bret Hart from WrestleMania 13. And I guess I could say I like Kevin Owens' style. His is like a brawling mauler type style. So cruiserweights, technical wrestling, submission wrestling, and Kevin Owens' style, brawler mauler. Do you use pro wrestlers, gimmicks, or catchphrases in real life? Boy, do I. Let me put it to you that way. I use a lot of gimmicks and catchphrases in real life. I can go on all day about what I use, but let me just give you some of the ones I've been using recently. Lately at work, I've been throwing this up. Bullet Club. And I'll go around, I'll throw it up randomly, and I'll say, it's the Bullet Club, man. They're over everywhere because I love AJ Styles and I love the Young Bucks. I think they're one of the hottest factions out there in professional wrestling. Um, I also will do You Can't See Me every once in a while. I actually just did it last night at a friend's party. Cesaro, I love this. I love the fist pump like that. Finn Balor, when I listen to his music, I throw my arms up at that one part. I like to quote Enzo Amore and Big Cash, bada boom, realest guys in the room. I say believe that a lot. You can ask my friend Taryn, because she's a big Roman Reigns fan, just like me. I'll do the Shield. Well, you can't really see my fist, but I do believe in the Shield. I do use a lot of wrestlers' catchphrases and gimmicks. I'll just leave it to you. I'll just put it to you like that. Yes, I do. And you're probably thinking, this boy crazy, but those gimmicks are awesome. I love professional wrestling. What else can I say? Be honest. Are you or have you ever been a John Cena fan? I was a major John Cena fan from 2004 to 2005 when he was Dr. Thugonomics. I loved his whole rap gimmick and everything. I bought his rap album when it came out in 2005. Was still a fan of Cena in 2006, but was not as much a fan of Cena in 2006 after he started becoming Super Cena. And then in 2007 is when I started rooting against him. I rooted for Shawn Michaels to beat him at WrestleMania 23. I rooted for Randy Orton to beat him at SummerSlam that year. And since then, I like John Cena, but if you know me, I have been rooting for him against him a lot lately, especially with the Kevin Owens feud, because Kevin Owens deserves to win this in the end. And I'm recording this just like I recorded the fan challenge as of a few hours from Battleground, so I'm hoping Kevin Owens wins this series. But yes, I have been a John Cena fan. I do like Cena. I'm not as big a fan of his now as I was many, many years ago. Pretty much a decade ago. But yes, I have been a Cena fan. I do like Cena, but I'm not as big a fan of his as I was, like I said, a decade ago. How old were you when you discovered that pro wrestling is choreographed / scripted? I believe I was 11, and it was when I saw Beyond the Mat. It was when, and how I found out it was choreographed and scripted was when they went over, when they were going over like matches for the Royal Rumble in 1999. They had that footage. Rock and Mankind were planning their match. Vince Russo was going over Sable's Women's Championship match, like they were booking that. So that's when I found out that pro wrestling was choreographed and scripted. How do you respond to non-pro wrestling fans when they tell you that pro wrestling is fake? Well, I wouldn't say it's fake. It is scripted, it is choreographed, it is predetermined, but injuries can happen at any time. I mean, the bumps, bruises, injuries they endure are not fake. What happened to Beto Aguayo Jr., that tragedy was not fake. What happened to Tyson Kidd, that's not fake. So when people tell me wrestling is fake, I'll pretty much tell them, you know what, it is scripted, it is choreographed, it's like a movie. But the injuries that these guys suffer, the bumps and bruises they endure, that's not fake. I'll leave it at that. What 4 pro wrestling performers would you have on your Mount Rushmore? Definitely Hulk Hogan, because he was the biggest icon in the 80s. I'm not a big Hogan fan, but I do respect that he was the biggest icon in the 80s. I don't think without Hulk Hogan's star power, there would have even been a WrestleMania, because like I said, he was the biggest icon of the 80s. I'd also have Stone Cold Steve Austin, undoubtedly the greatest performer in the Attitude Era, one of the greatest performers of all time, one of my personal favorites. Stone Cold was a revolutionary character in WWE because he was not the typical good guy. He started off as a heel, and he was a badass heel. But then fans started to like him. Fans loved his take no prisoners badass style because he was not the traditional good guy superhero that fans were used to seeing in the early days of the new generation and back in the 80s. So Stone Cold was very revolutionary for that time. Now Bretha put, I don't remember if it was Bretha or WWE. I know Miss WWE Fam 13 put Vince McMahon. One of them put Vince McMahon. I can't really remember. I'm sorry. And And I would put Vince McMahon on here, but I don't want my answers to be like copycat answers of others. So I came up with 2 other separate, unique people I put on my Mount Rushmore. One would be The Undertaker, personally because he's one of my all-time favorites. And Undertaker has been a true WWE soldier since he first debuted in the company in 1990. When guys were jumping ship to WCW in the midst of the Monday Night War, Undertaker stayed with WWF and he fought alongside them until the end of the Monday Night War. Undertaker also has the streak. I mean, no one's ever going to replicate that streak at WrestleMania. 21 straight wins. 22-1 he is now. But 21 straight wins without a loss at WrestleMania, no one's ever going to replicate that. Undertaker is been described as the conscience of WWE. He's been acknowledged as the godfather of WWE. I think the godfather in a sense of like he's that father, not a father figure, but like he's one performer that a lot of people look up to. I don't know one person who could say anything negative about Undertaker. So I would put Undertaker on my Mount Rushmore because of his contributions and because of how long he stayed with WWF/WWE. All those years. He's been with this company for almost 25 years. So that's more than that's more than 2 decades. And then this next person I'm going to put on Mount Rushmore, you guys are probably going to debate this, but I put him on here because he was very charismatic, he was very colorful for his time, and he's responsible for being a part of one of the greatest matches in WrestleMania history that ultimately inspired many young talents who ultimately established their game in WWE. And that's the Macho Man Randy Savage. He was a part of course, that match with Ricky Steamboat at WrestleMania 3, that iconic Intercontinental Championship match that influenced Chris Jericho, Edge, many other young WWE, young aspiring wrestlers. Macho Man was also maybe the biggest icon of the 80s, not named Hogan. And, you know, Macho Man had that charisma. He had that colorfulness to his character that I don't think you're ever going to see replicated again. And I just really love Macho Man's work. His promos were awesome. So I put Macho Man on my Mount Rushmore. So my Mount Rushmore would be Hogan, Austin, The Undertaker, and the Macho Man. Do you think WWE Tough Enough is necessary when the WWE has NXT in place to create and develop the next WWE Superstar? I honestly think Tough Enough is pointless. When it first came out in 2001, 2002, it was innovative because there was no NXT at the time. I think OVW was around, but there wasn't NXT. There wasn't like a developmental center that could help breed the next WWE Superstar. So Tough Enough in the first 2 seasons was very innovative, but now it's just I don't really care for it. We have NXT, you know, so I think NXT, not NXT. I think Tough Enough is pointless, pretty much. And final question: on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being I know what pro wrestling is, and 10 being I am a super pro wrestling fan, how would you rate yourself as a pro wrestling fan? Probably a 9. I mean, go back to the question I answered about the gimmicks I use in real life. Watch my fan challenge video from before, and you'll see how much I love professional wrestling. Yeah, I mean, I rate myself a 9. I can't rate myself a 10. Maybe if I was a kid back in the day, because I was a super diehard wrestling fan. I talked about that nonstop. But I give myself a 9 because I still love talking about professional wrestling. I'm a loyal professional wrestling fan. But I'm not as big a fan as I was when I was a kid. But I'm still a proud wrestling fan. I mean, look at what I collect. Look at what I buy from WWE Shop. Look at what I said about Finn Balor in my other video, in a previous video. That's why I'm a pro wrestling fan. So I give myself a 9 out of a possible 10. Rate myself a 9. So that's it, guys. That is Pro Wrestling Fan Tag 1.5. I hope I said that right. Bretha, hey, thanks, man, for the challenge. Always great to hear from you on Twitter. Always great to hear your comments below on my videos. So now I get to nominate / tag 3 people. I'm not going to nominate the same 3 people I nominated in the previous video. So this time, I'm going to nominate Stevie Breach. Gotta nominate Stevie Breach. This guy's just awesome. can't nominate Miss WWE Fan because she already did this video. So Breach, I nominate you. I nominate the Lex Man, and I hope he answers this challenge because I'm a big fan of his work. And I nominate. Damn, I do not know if this guy was nominated. I'll just mention him last. So Stevie Breach, the Lex Man, and Gold Standard 000. I nominate you three guys, and as a bonus, if you haven't been nominated, because I just started subscribing to your channel, Vince Martinez. So I nominate you four guys. Looking forward to seeing your response to this challenge. Once again, Britha, thanks for nominating me, dude. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think down below in the comments section. Subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I will catch you guys later.